welcome to my channel this evening. How are you all doing? Tim's just getting the comments up for me first so I can have a little scroll through so I can say hi to you in the chat, to each and every one of you. So my name's Gabby Starbuck. I'm sure you all know that. That's why you're here. And first of all, I'd just like to say a big thank you for continuing to support my channel. This it's been really nice. I mean, I've been doing my channel now for about a year. Well, properly for a year. So it's been really nice that I've had your support and had you all on board. As well, I want to say thank you for all the lovely, kind super chats that have been donated over the past few lives. I've really appreciated that because we've only been able to start doing that recently. So thank you again for that as well. Have you got it up for me yet, Tim, so I can say hi to some of them or to all of them? How many we got? All right, we've got 30 people watching. That is absolutely lovely. One of the things... Oh, Tim. Hang on. I need to exit full screen so I can see the chat. Oh, that's better.
I didn't put it in full screen.
No, it's me. I hit it.
What did you shout at me for?
I don't know. So, yeah, wow. We've got 30 people watching. We've got 14 thumbs up. So the target this evening is to hit 100 thumbs up. Can we do it? Can we do it? If you haven't done so already, hit the thumbs up. Reason for this is because it does set the algorithm going, which is something that we really want, which is fantastic. So let's have some shout outs. Michael Bradbrook Bradbrook, did I get that out all right? He's in the chat. Hello to you. Hi to Ellie Parsons. Hello to Leslie. She says good evening. Hope you're both well. Tina says good evening. Michael Hill, good evening to you. He says it's cloudy in Hull. It has been quite cloudy the past couple of weeks, I'm not going to lie. And I'm not impressed for August, but I always find that towards the end of August it does go a little bit cloudy. Natalie Bandy, hello to you. Paula Williams, hello. Ian Hamilton, hi to you. John Webster, did I say thank you for the flowers, Ian? I'm sure I did. I think I did. I love them. Thank you. John Webster's here. Hello. Monty Zephyr, have I pronounced that right? He's here, she's here. Tanita Arnold. Hiya, how's you, Tim? And how is the bump growing? Oh, and Holly. It's doing fine. I'm over halfway there. I don't know if you can see it or not actually, but it's growing. I'm finding getting a bit of indigestion at the moment, but I think that happens halfway through, doesn't it? Amanda Reynolds, hello Gabby, hello to you too, thanks for joining. Mackay Smith is here. Sean Edwards, hi Gabby, good, I'm good, thanks, hope you're good too, Sean. John Webster, thank you for your $4.49 super chat, I really appreciate it. That's fantastic. You know, all super chats are going towards my pram fund. We're looking at getting our pram soon. I said to Tim, can we just wait till next payday so that we can get it, so that we're not short on funds. So yeah, anything that I get donated in super chats is going towards the pram, because we have found our pram. We're just waiting to make that purchase. Ideal TV, hi Tim and Gabby. Andy Mullaney, Andy says, sorry Gabby, I've not been on because of the loss of his sister. I'm ever so sorry to hear that, Andy. You did say on Tim's channel, so I'd send my condolences to you. Hello to you, Linda. Cloudy in Suffolk as well. So at least us in Norfolk, we're not the only ones with a bit of cloud. Ellie Parsons, it's my birthday in 7 days. Well, do you know what? I think we should sing happy birthday to you, but I'm a bit worried. Can I get demonetised if I sing happy birthday? I'm not sure. But, there you go. So I kind of sort of mimed it there just in case. How old are you, Ellie? If you don't mind me asking. If you don't want to say in the chat, that's absolutely fine. Ali McNally is here. Hey, my big louder. Pronounced it close enough. Oh, thank you, Monty. So, you know, you've got to try, haven't you? That's the main thing. Oh, let me get comfy. Tim's just adjusted the camera. Ian Hamilton, Gabby, does Tim pamper you now you're expecting things like breakfast in bed, cooking all your meals and bringing double donuts home as you're eating for two? Now that is a very good question. And the problem at the moment is I'm still working 6 days a week and singing, so I don't have much time at home. But Tim did say to me that once I'm pregnant, that he was going to give me one massage a week, full body massage, which I have read recently that you shouldn't have a full body massage. It should be shoulders only, or hands and head.
Shoulders only then.
Yeah, better be. So yeah, he said he was going to give me 1 massage a week. And then when I asked Britt, he said, oh, it doesn't start until you're 3 months in. And I was like, oh, okay. And anyway, this massage has become a joint massage. So what happens is he will sort of give me a shoulder head massage, but I have to wrap his legs around me and massage his feet at the same time. So what? That's okay. I can tell you guys that. Why is that a secret? God, yeah, that's what he does. So he's meant to be like pampering me, and I'm actually giving him foot massage too. So I don't know how this one full body massage a week has turned to a joint massage. So have a word with him, won't you, when you next see him? He's now having a bath, so he's chilling now. So yeah, I'm not overly impressed. And no breakfast in bed, because like I say, I've got to be up early for work. But I'm hoping that when I go on maternity, that I may get some breakfast in bed. I do get a cup of tea every day though, when I'm off. So when it's my day off, or I've got half a day, which is rare occurrence, these half a days. But if I have the morning off, then he will make me a cup of tea in bed. So I'll give him a big thumbs up for that. So well done, Tim. I am happy about the tea, just so you know. Where are we? God, the chat is so small. Like I need like a magnifying glass or a pair of glasses. Natalie Bandy, it was her birthday last week, so happy birthday to you too. No, Gabby, it's okay to sing happy birthday, I think. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to... Who was it again? Hang on, let me go back. Natalie and... Who was it again? Ellie. Happy birthday to you. There you go. I sang it. And to be fair, I can usually sing a little bit better, but, you know, I'm just boshing it. I'm boshing it. So, there you go. But you do for happy birthday, don't you? It's not like the best song to sing. Where am I? Go back down. Right. Teresa Remoter is in the chat. Hello. Monty, thank you so much for your super chat. Bit more for the pram fund. I appreciate it. Tim's really annoyed about the fact that the pram is costing what it's costing, but it's a 7-in-1, so it does all these things. So it's actually an investment. So the baby is going to love this pram, and it's nice and cozy. That's the main thing. Ellie, I will be 14. Oh, bless you. So you're like a young Lauder then. Paula Williams says hi to you, Tim. Tim's in the bath. He can't see right now, but he'll be out in a minute. So I said, you better make it quick. Linda Tyler, hi Gabby, help with the pram fund. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That is amazing. Vonnie is here in the chat. Hello to you. Hi Gabby, hope the scan went well. Did you find out the sex? Now, it's funny that you say that. Obviously we're isolating, so we weren't able to go to the scan, but the scan has been rescheduled for this Monday, so we're going ahead with it then. We were toying with whether we should find out the sex or not. What conclusion do you think we come to? Do you think we've decided to find out the sex of the baby? Or do you think we have decided to wait? Because I did put it up on the community chat, and I said, what do you think we should do? And everyone was sort of like putting down what they would do or what they think I should do. So have a guess in the chat right now. Do you think that we're going to find out or we're going to wait? So pop your answers in the comments. Pop your answers in the comments. Comment in the answers. I don't know. Put it in the chat. Either way, same thing. That's nice. A cup of tea in bed, Mackay says. Mackay. Yeah, it is nice to have a cup of tea in bed. Tim, please will you give Gabby a massage as she's carrying your baby? Thank you, Natalie. You tell him. Massage, please, tonight. Tanita Arnold, have you found out the sex of the bump yet? Oh, yeah, sorry. Someone else has asked that question as well. Gabby has also got over the shock of the cost of... Hang on. Gabby has also got over the shock on the cost of the pram. Think of all the extra camera equipment and editing you could get for the cost of the pram. I know, Ian, and that is exactly what the problem is, I think. Prams are not cheap. They're really not. Or they can be, but if you get like quite a cheap one, it might not do. Like we went to John Lewis and we were like weighing up like our options. And as we were looking around, like I had got like, there was like an egg pram that I'd got in my mind. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's quite a snazzy pram. And then there was like a a bugaboo kind of pram, and I'd got these prams in my head because I'd sort of seen the pictures of them, and I was like, they're the ones I want. So I'm going in there with the intention I'm going to get one of those. But there was like, when you actually looked at it and compared it to other prams, some of them didn't fold down small enough, and obviously we live in a small cottage, so we want something that's going to pack down nice and small. So obviously it's all for convenience at the end of the day, and other ones like didn't do certain things, or you know, like you can get with the one we're getting, you can get like a carry cot that they can use as like a Moses cot. So if you were going to go away, like when we go on our walk with me travels, if we're staying in a Premier Inn, the baby can actually sleep in the actual carry cot, whereas some are designed not for babies to sleep in. So you know, it ticks all these boxes really, so it is an investment, but blimey, they are expensive. Love, Ali McNally says, love your top. Thank you very much. At the moment, I'm really struggling with my clothes. There's absolutely nothing I can fit in. I've got, well, loads of tops fit. I'm all right with tops because I've got a lot of floaty tops. But trousers is an absolute nightmare. I'm like either living in like dresses or I'm living in leggings. Even my jogging bottoms are getting a little bit too tight for me around the waistband now, and they're so uncomfortable. So, you know, and my nightie, no word of lie, I have this like red nightie, and it's got like a rip in the seam, and it's because like it's stretching slightly, so it's like, oh my god, it's not good. And I don't know what it is, but with this baby I feel so much bigger than when I did with Holly. Like with Holly, I mean, maybe it's because I was younger, I don't know, but I had a real tiny bump. But with this one, and I know I've been on hormone sort of injections and stuff with the IVF, but even before like I got pregnant, taking the injections had really like made me bloat anyway. So I just felt like I've been like quite bloated like ever since that started. So I feel like I'm really carrying quite heavily as well. So, but the main thing is I am having a baby, and that's all that counts. How long have you had to isolate? John, it's usually 10 days, so it's been 10 days, but we'll soon be out of it in a couple of days. But unfortunately, I've had to cancel the gigs, hence why I'm live tonight, because I've had to cancel them. So I had one on Saturday, which was at Castle Holly Park. That I had to cancel, so that was a bit gutting. I had one tonight at the King's Arms in Castle-on-Sea. That had to be cancelled, and tomorrow night I'm meant to be at Hemsby Social Club, and that we have actually rearranged the date for. So I've actually lost 2 gigs out of 3, which is such a shame. But at the end of the day, you know, the law's the law, and you've got to do what you've got to do, haven't you? And it's disappointing. It's probably it was the worst week for it, because like obviously my earnings would have been nice and high with the singing this week, and we got the baby scan on the Monday. So I was like, out of all the weeks, this is definitely the worst. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? That's just sod's law. And yeah, it just happened to fall this week. Where else are we? Have you had any new food pregnant cravings? No, I've not really had any cravings, no. So not like I did when I was with Holly. You probably all know the story about when I licked the slipper when I was pregnant with Holly. I've not like shied away from that, and I've openly admitted it. But that was towards the end of my pregnancy anyway. With this one, I'm only like just over halfway through, so I don't think the cravings really come till later. But like in the first trimester, I was having situations where I was fancying eating this or that or this or that. But I wouldn't say they were cravings. They were just more like, oh yeah, I fancy a cheese sandwich today, or I fancy cereal this morning. But not like oh, I've got to have it now or else. So it wasn't really anything like that. But you know, it's early days, so let's just wait and see what happens. Yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. Happy birthday, everyone's saying. That's to the girls. Yes, Andy, ice cream. Oh no, wait, Tim, where are you in the bath on the chat? Tony Metcalf is here. Hiya, Tony, how are you? Wow, 57 people watching. When did that happen? Oh my gosh, thanks. Thank you. So we've got 34 thumbs up. The aim is to get 100. If we have 57 watching now, give it a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Hopefully we could have 57 at this rate. That would be nice. Sorry if it's taken me a while to get to like your questions and stuff like that. I'm just like making sure I'm taking my time getting through everybody, because I don't like missing anyone's comments. You know, I do want to like make sure that I get them all. Cara, when you get your PO box, I will send some reading glasses. Oh, thank you very much. I think I'm going to need them. Ellie, oh no, sorry. Ellie's talking to Mackay then. Leanne Spampamato, thank you very much. Hello, Gabby. How are you today? I am absolutely fine. I'm absolutely fine. We're isolating, but we are all good, so don't worry. A lot of people on the singing page were saying, "Oh, I hope you're okay. Stay safe. Hope you're okay." And I appreciate all the love. I love it. I love the love. You know, I love a bit of attention. But we're all fine. We're absolutely fine. It's just routine, really, because we've only had the single jab. So, you know, we're having to isolate for that reason. One of the reasons like I've had the single jab is because of the baby. I was like a little bit apprehensive about taking the jab whilst being pregnant. So that's something I'm going to speak to my midwife about on Monday, because if it is safe to do so, then I will be having that jab, because I think I'd rather be on the safe side. But this is just purely routine that we have to isolate for. But the biggest problem with it is the boredom. Like, it was all right when everybody else was in lockdown. I felt okay being locked down because I wasn't the only one, and I felt there was a lot of communication on social media and stuff like that. But when you're isolating on your own and everybody else is out there living their lives, and you know that, you know, you've got work scheduled and you can't have it and you can't do it, and it's really frustrating, and everybody else is getting on with their lives. It's yeah, it's really frustrating, really frustrating. Leanne Spat, thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Natalie said, yes, find out. Paula says, decided to wait. Ellie says, thank you so much. She's on about the birthday. Ali says, find out. Ideal Extra TV says, yes, 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 yes. I don't know what the yes is for, but they do say yes, yes, yes. Liz G, find out. Linda, I bet you're going to wait. Monty Zephyr, when our first child was born, my wife liked so many different prams, she kept buying new ones while I was at work and ended up with about 5 of them. Oh my God! Oh my God, that must have cost you a fortune. Like, how could you afford 5 prams? We're just about scraping together to get one, but then after IVF, that's probably why we're scraping it. But, oh my God, thank you. I can't believe that. I can't believe she bought 5. Teresa, I'd wait. You don't get many nicer prizes in life. That's very, very true, that is. You don't, do you? Ian, Gabby, how do you feel that you were replaced by the lady in the Skegness live Tim did? Seriously, we miss you on the lives that Tim does. Ian, I feel traited. I feel absolutely traited. Like, where did this Rachel come from, hey? Tim, where did you find her?
She's your biggest fan.
No, I didn't mind at all. I didn't mind. Like, I actually thought it was quite nice. I was surprised though, because when I was watching the chat, like, there was some, like, quite harsh comments, and that was, like, kind of paining me to see that. I kind of thought, well, at the end of the day, she's like located Tim, if you like, you know. Well, she happens to be in Skegness anyway, and she's loving it, and it's a bit of fun for her, and she's just having a nice time. And there was some, I mean, it was okay to laugh with her, but the way people were laughing at her, I was a bit like taken back, and I thought that some people, you know, I don't think people realise, you know, that if it was them, they wouldn't like it so much. I mean, there's banter for sure. You've got to have a bit of banter, and there's that fine line. But then there's being just horrible on purpose. So like that, I was reading. I like kept quiet, and I was just sort of analysing it, and I just thought, oh, there's some harsh stuff there, and I thought that was really unfair to Rachel, because she was just enjoying herself. And what's wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with that? And I thought she was thoroughly entertaining. Like, I was laughing with her, you know, because I thought she was quite funny. So yeah, I was quite cool with Rachel. I thought she was quite funny, and I think she's got a very good heart. So at the end of the day, I was good. I was a good sport about it. I didn't mind her taking my place. Although I do want to come back on the lives, I really do. But it's just that Tim's walks are so long. So, and a lot of the time I'm at work. So by the time I finish work and Tim goes on a walk, that's the last thing I want to do right now. I do want to go on the walks. Let me try and rephrase that. I want to go on the walks, but I'm so shattered when I come back from work, being pregnant, that I just can't cope with the long chat. Why is it so hot in here? Is it hot in here or is it me?
Hot flushes.
No, it's not a hot flush. I don't know why it's hot in here. Mind you, it is August. Last couple of videos you've had a natural glow. Glad it's all going well. Thank you, Gareth. That's really kind to say. I'm sure we'll have a wonderful day. Ellie, I hope you do have a wonderful day. Andy says, hi Gabby, have you any food cravings? Has someone already asked me that, or have I got to catch up here? Hang on. No, I think I've caught up now. Ian Hamilton, no, that's cruel and wrong. Tim made her day, and it's because you both lovely people want to engage with you in what you do. Absolutely, Ian, and that's what I thought was so touching about it. Hi Gabby, hope you're well. From Neil. Hello Neil, how are you? Natalie says, it is muggy. It is very muggy in this house. That's for sure. Because I'm not getting the massages I deserve. Mackay says, oh no, Mackay speaking to Paula there. Sorry, Tina Scarlett, sounds like a boy. I had 2 boys. I was massive with them both. Oh God, the boys make you massive. Gary Davis, top bloggers, best of luck to you both. Thank you very much. That's really kind to say. Right, so anyway, to answer your comment, I've got 62 people watching. Oh yeah, 65 thumbs up. I know that 62 people watching isn't a lot for you, Tim, but it is for me. So yeah, so hit the thumbs up. We've got 40.
Okay, you're back.
Everyone's saying buffering and froze.
You're back now.
We're back. What did you do?
You're back.
Well, what did you do to make it work?
I just gave it a bit of a refresh. It's probably internet, isn't it?
Right. I'd just like to apologise for that, guys. I don't know why it was buffering. It's funny that because when I was watching Tim's premiere earlier, it was buffering and I couldn't watch it properly, and I was saying
We
to
need
him,
to call Sky now.
yeah, we pay for the fastest broadband and the best, and we have problems all the time. So yeah, ever so sorry about that, guys. Hope you're back. We're back with you now. Yeah, so basically, like I was saying before I froze, although it's hot in here, those are things that I sort of cover as well. So anyway, to answer your question, me and Tim have decided on Monday we are not going to find out the sex of the baby. We are not going to find out. So you guys are all trying to get back on. Yeah, so we're not going to find out the sex of the baby. We're going to leave it a surprise. And yeah, but basically we were a little bit thinking the opposite. I wanted to have the surprise. Tim wanted to find out. And so for ages we were sort of toying with it. And then Tim just turned around the other morning and said, I've been thinking about this baby situation, about finding out the sex. And, you know, we've got this far. Let's just have the surprise. And I was like, oh my God, thank God. You know, like I was so pleased. So anyway, we're going to have the surprise. So the anticipation continues. But he did say, darling, we do need to make sure that we've got a name though. So when the baby's born, it's not just nothing. Like Holly was nameless for 3 days when she was born. And obviously we want to try and get a name set so that we can give it like some sort of identification as soon as it's born. So yeah, now the search is for girls and boys baby names. Although we kind of got a girl name, but we haven't got a boy name. But yeah. Yes, I'm back. Pike on a Trike is here. Hi. Nice to see you on here. Yeah, Michael says broadband's been having issues all day. Yeah, it's a nightmare, isn't it? Liz says my friend's baby had no name for 2 weeks. I think it's Bernard for a boy. I think it is really hard to find boys' names. I'm not gonna lie, that is a real struggle, isn't it? I find that there's loads of lovely girl names, but I just can't find any boys. So it's a bit of a struggle, and I want it to be quite special as well. So anyway, just going back to my last vlogs. In the last couple of days, I've uploaded 2 different vlogs. So if you haven't seen them, you can watch them back on the channel. The first out of the 2 that I uploaded was a gig at the Hemsby Lifeboat Day. And some of you probably watched it and thought, why have you uploaded that when the sound quality is not great and like the weather isn't that great? But the truth of the matter is, we would plan to do it anyway. Tim was going to film it and we were going to actually vlog the whole thing, which became a little bit impossible because Tim was getting a lot of people saying hello to him there, which I thought was really lovely. It was really nice that a lot of you come forward and said hi, you know, because obviously you probably know that we're familiar with the Hemsby area anyway. So that was so lovely. Thank you for all of you that come up and said hi. But obviously Tim tried to do as much as he could with the filming. So yeah, we had planned it, but we hadn't planned for the weather being bad. Obviously we're singing outside and anything's possible. I knew that when I was going to sing for them, that I was going to use their PA system, so I didn't use mine. And when I rocked up, we had like the DJ equipment only, and we kind of had to mock up a PA from the DJ equipment. So that was a bit of a struggle. There was a guy that I knew from the holiday park I worked at moons ago, and he was kind of doing a few things for me, trying to connect the wires and that. And obviously this DJ equipment was the older type of equipment, and I was like, I really don't know what I'm doing with this. So we just kind of boshed it together. The stage, you might have noticed, I wasn't standing on. The stage was actually in front of the DJ decks. I didn't sing on that because the wind was so bad that it was causing so much feedback. So it wasn't a good idea for me to stand there. So I chose to stand on the path, basically. But that was our second time of trying to set up, because the first time we had set up, the heavens opened and the rain came down, so we had to pull everything out, and we actually had to cover up the DJ equipment with the gazebo. I had 5 lifeboat men holding down the gazebo. I was standing in the middle with my cup of coffee, and they were just holding this gazebo down in the wind and the rain, and it was really bad. And we lost the crowd completely because the weather was so bad. Then we decided we were going to take the equipment into the lifeboat shed once it sort of eased up a little bit. So we went into the lifeboat shed, and then we decided that maybe that wasn't the best spot for it because it was a little bit tucked out of the way. So we then took the equipment and then brought the equipment back onto the stage, and it started to go really dark again. So we felt like the rain was coming, and I was like, do you know what? I can't muck about with this sound system anymore. I need to just get on with this gig while there's like a chance. I've got to do it. So I said, let's just go. I'll do it on this footpath and we'll just do it here. So we just boshed it basically and just did the best we could. So the sound quality wasn't amazing. The wind was horrendous. It was about to rain, and I even cut off 2 songs from the end just because it started to rain. And the girl that was actually following me, her name was Sophie J. She didn't actually get to sing at all because that rain did come down. Me and Tim were actually standing at the bar in the lifeboat, and that was just teeming down. That was just solid rain, and that was just an absolute nightmare. Tim was having a lager, weren't you, Tim? Is that secret?
No.
I'm not supposed to say that.
You
were allowed it. I said he could have it. It's all right. So Tim was having a lager, and I was having a pineapple juice or a Fanta. I can't remember what it was. And yeah, the rain was just coming down, and Sophie didn't actually manage to get on the stage at all. So it was a good job I went when I did. But that was an absolute nightmare. Not because of the lifeboat at all, but because of the weather. So it's such a shame because it could have been such a good gig. But we'd already recorded it, and I knew that I was going to put it up for you guys anyway. So I didn't want you to not see a little bit of what it was like, basically. So yeah. Let's go back on some of the comments. I am a smallish petite lady and I won't wear socks with sandals. What? Have I missed something in this chat here? Andy says, glad you made a choice. Was just asking your daughter wants a girl sister. I think Holly wouldn't mind what she had, to be honest with you. Jay's channel. Good evening, Gabby and Tim. Hope you're well. Hi all. Hope everyone is well. We are all good. Thank you very much, Jay, for asking. Natalie says, a girl named Lily, a boy's named Tommy. Do you know what? I know a Tommy. Do you find that you might find a name and it's nice, but then you realise that you knew someone at school with it and that person picked their nose or something like that, and then it puts you off a little bit? Pike of the Tribe says, Gabby and Tim, congratulations on your baby. Thank you. Is that the first you've heard of it? Because it's been out there for a while now, I think. Monty, we always struggled with boys' names because baby names don't sound suitable when they grow up. Yes, and men's names don't suit babies, but girls/women names tend to be suitable for both. Oh my gosh, absolutely. That is so bang on. Irene, I'm excited for you both. There is nothing like having a baby. Oh, I know. We're so excited and it's been a long time coming. Where are we? Good on you, Gabby. It was the way you just still did it. Gabby, are you tea and coffee total now? Actually, Neil, I'm back on the coffee a little bit now, but not a lot. Like I used to have about 3 to 4 cups of coffees a day. I was trying to cut down, so I was going down to like 2 or 3 because obviously I was trying to get a bit more fertile. And obviously the first trimester I was completely... darling, can you do me a favour? Can you grab me a hair bobble? Because like I'm so hot. In the bathroom, thank you. Come on, make up for the massage I haven't had. Thank you. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying now. What was I saying?
This?
No, that's a hairband. That's not a hair bobble. I can't remember. I said tea and coffee, weren't it? Yeah. So first trimester, I just didn't want it at all. And I remember the very first time I went off coffee. Thank you. One would have done. Thanks, so sexy. Yeah. So we had gone to Blackpool. You'll see the vlog actually down the channel if you haven't seen it already. And Tim had ordered me a coffee, a cappuccino in the velvet coaster. Sorry about that. It's so hot in here to tie my hair back. And I just looked at it and I was like, I can't drink that. I just can't drink it. I just don't want it at all. Like, I didn't feel like I was going to gag or anything, but I was just like, I just really don't want to even take that cup to my lips. That's just no way. And Tim was like, you don't touch the coffee. I was like, no, I can't. And then that was it. I was completely off and I just couldn't stand it. And I don't know why, because I'm such a coffee fan. So it must be like the hormones or something that does something to you. But I just could not touch this coffee at all. It was vile. Or it weren't vile. It made me just yak. I just didn't want it at all. But now I'm slowly starting to have it again. But I would say I'm only managing really one a day. After I've had that one, I'm like, no, I don't fancy it now. So I kind of miss wanting my coffee. I know coffee is not overly great for you, but I usually, like, my days at work feel so long without having a cup of coffee. Do you mind, you two? I'm trying to do a live here. The racket in this house.
She did.
So, yeah, like, usually I'll have a cup of coffee at work and it'll break the day down a little bit. And, yeah, it's just kind of dragging without the coffee, to be honest. Gareth says, I wouldn't... Oh, God, why have I gone back up? Where are we? I wouldn't worry about the rain. When my wife sings, it always starts to rain. What does that mean? Is that an insult towards your wife singing? Or does she actually sing outside? I don't know what you mean. Leanne Spampamato, Holly, Gabby, how's Holly and Smidge doing? Where is Smidge anyway? Smidge is sleeping. He's underneath the chair. I'm actually going to upload a picture of me and Smidge on Instagram. I took a picture yesterday of me and him together. And he looks massive on it. He's like literally the whole size of me. Absolutely massive. So look out for that on Instagram because I'm going to upload that either tomorrow morning or later today, depending on how time goes, basically. Gabby, will you bring back coffee mornings? I think I probably will when I'm on maternity because I'll be at home then. So when I'm on maternity, I think I probably will bring back the coffee mornings. And I might even bring back the wine evenings as well because when I've had the baby, I can have a cheeky wine, can't I? God, I've missed the wine. It's been the hardest bit. Gabby, you looked a little confused at my last comment to you, Gabby. I wrote that when you were talking about the rainy event. Oh, yeah, that's the problem. Because I rabble on, your chats have, like, way gone by that point. Gabby needs tea and coffee. Still behave yourself, Neil. Gabby, how is Smidge? Smidge is all right. In fact, we'll probably get him in a minute, but you know what he's like. He'll run off. So, anyway, my last vlog was about the lifeboat. And then the one after that, it was fertility one. It was the follow-up from the IVF video, and basically some of the men might be a little bit more confused with what that video was about. Women probably a bit more familiar, but it was the 2-week wait video. So basically what that was about is from the moment your eggs are collected from IVF until you do your pregnancy test, obviously that is like a 2-week wait in total. So the reason I brought that video out is because when I was actually going through that myself, I spent days and days going on YouTube and Googling, because I wanted to know if what I was feeling might be a sign that it was positive, or is it a sign that it's negative. Because you're waiting for so long, you're quite desperate to actually find what these signs are. So because I was looking so hard for answers, I thought, obviously, if my pregnancy becomes successful, I'm going to do a vlog on that, because there might be some soul like me out there who's doing exactly the same thing. So if I can bring a little bit of light to someone else's experience, then I'm going to put it out there. So, but the motto of the actual vlog was, when you're Googling these things, don't pin your hopes on your feelings being the same, because actually what I was feeling on my negative first, when I did the first IVF, which became a negative, I was feeling signs that I was pregnant, and that's what everybody else who had a positive was feeling. And on my second round of IVF, I had no feelings whatsoever, and it was a positive. Whereas when I was Googling things, people were saying, oh yeah, it was positive because I felt this and I felt that. So I'd built my hopes up on my first round, whereas on my second round, I didn't do any Googling, and it was a positive. So the point I was trying to make with that video is, watch these things by all means, but my video is just to let you know that you might be feeling something completely different to me, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be negative. So I felt like it was really important to put it out there, because I'd pinned my hopes thinking on the first round, oh, I'm going to be pregnant because I've been watching other people's vlogs and they got the same signs, and that was completely wrong. Whereas the second time, there was like no signs at all, and it was positive, which was completely different from other people. So I just felt that was really important to get that out there, basically. So for the men out there that was really confused, what's a 2-week wait and things like that, or anybody else that was curious by that, that's just giving you a bit of insight as to what it was, basically. And I just hope that it helps, like, you know, people that were in a similar situation to me, basically. John Biker says, is Tim going to be at the birth? Well, I should hope so, John. He's the dad. Are you going to come to the birth, Tim?
I don't know, I might be doing a video.
You might be doing a walk with me. And you might not bother.
Might be doing a live.
I can't catch up with everybody. This is really hard. Neil, if you drank tea every day and got pregnant, would you stop having tea, Neil? I can't survive without 2 cups of teas in the morning, can you? I didn't go off my tea though. I went off my coffee, but I did not go off my tea. How are we doing for thumbs up? 63 thumbs up, people. Let's see if we can get to 100. I think we can. I'm feeling quite positive about this. So anyway, obviously going on to, so that's just talking about like the vlogs that I've done recently. Obviously, one of the other things that I wanted to bring up was a little bit about mental health as well, because a lot of you in the chat when I've been doing my last lives have been saying to me, when are you going to do another mental health live? But I wanted to like maybe tie that in a little bit with this as well. So it was kind of like, you know, quite uplifting and helpful at the same time, maybe. So obviously a lot of you that sort of know me and know much about my vlogs will know that I suffered quite badly with my mental health. I suffered quite bad with anxiety and phobias and things like that. And I did a vlog going, how far ago? Oh my God, my lingo's coming out all wrong tonight. A few months ago. And it was basically, again, to create a little bit of mental health awareness, because I wanted people to know that, like, I'm like a happy-go-lucky singer and I'm full of life, but I also had my struggles as well, and I wanted people to know that, because I think sometimes people what they think they're seeing isn't exactly what's behind the curtain. I think I explained that quite well there. I think I did. So, you know, if anyone wants to sort of look back on that, they can do. And obviously, my live chat, I wanted it to be able to be a chat where my louders, which is all you guys, could come forward and you could talk about what you're feeling and stuff like that, because I think that it's quite open, or it's quite good to be open about mental health situations. And mental health can stem from, like, I mean, before I go any further, I'm not a mental health expert. I only know what I know from this. So just so you know that. So if anyone thinks I'm claiming to be like some sort of witch doctor or something like that, I'm not. It's just like a friend talking to you guys. So yeah, mental health can stem from something really, really minor to something really, really severe. And I think that's quite important as well. I think anybody, which I've said before, anybody out there has probably had some form of mental health issue without probably even realising it. So, like, my big ones are fear of flying. I'm absolutely terrible on an aeroplane. I had massive anxiety about my fertility treatment and like my struggles to get pregnant. That caused me massive anxiety. I had a problem about 2 years ago now, where I felt like my throat was closing up because my mind had believed it so much that my throat was going to close up that I was actually having symptoms of it happening to me, and I felt every night like I was choking and things like that, and that really took over my life to the point where I was struggling to get through a day at work and stuff like that. So basically, you know, I've had loads of things. I had one when I was younger as well, where I had a really bad sickness phobia, and it took over my life completely, and I lost so much weight as well. So that's where like my big anxiety started, and I still suffer even now with my anxiety. And at the moment I take a drug called sertraline. Is it sertraline? Yeah, sertraline. I have been on other ones in the past, like citalopram and some other stuff, but I take sertraline because of my fertility situation, because I need to take, like, if I wanted to get pregnant, I had to go on the less harmful antidepressant tablet to sort of agree with the pregnancy, if you like. So I'm on a tablet now, and I will probably continue to be on that for the rest of my life, because without it, and I know people say you shouldn't get dependent on things, but as my doctor said, and my doctor is an amazing doctor, he actually said to me that sometimes, you know, there's a little something missing, and you need to have something like that to put that thing back, and that will make you then become the person you really are. And I said to him, you know, I feel like I'm in a really good place on this, and it works for me, and I'm living my better life with this sort of control measure in place, because without it, I'm a nervous wreck, an absolute nervous wreck. I panic about every single thing. So, like, I want to just put that out there so that you guys know that, you know, you can, if you want to be open and talk about it like I have, there's nothing that you should feel like ashamed of about it, because it is just life. It's just life. Like, everything that we go through, even this whole coronavirus situation, it has caused so much anxiety and stress for people. Even just being locked down and isolated. I know for the past 10 days of isolating here, watching everybody else go out and... You turn that tap off? That sounded well northern, didn't it? Yeah. If, Holly! Sorry, if you can hear water running, it's Holly. Yeah, so... Yeah, I just think that last 10 days, watching everybody live their lives, I've been really like, I've had really bad FOMO and anxiety about it. Like, I've had anxiety about the fact I've lost work, because I'm like, oh, I try so hard to get myself work and gigs and stuff, and because of having to isolate, I'm losing it. And then the coronavirus causing problems and ill health for people, you know, it happens to absolutely everybody. Andy Mullaney, mental health, Gabby. We have to chat, advice, and be here for each other. Have lost my sister, but still strong and understand that we're always here. Open chat. Absolutely, Andy. And that's exactly what, like, I'm trying to get to. Like, I'm just trying to sort of put it out there to you guys that it's okay, because it's good to be open about it. And I think the more we can be open about it, the more, and get rid of that stigma, then the more we can actually move on with our lives. Once we accept that having mental health issues is actually a normal part of life, which it is, then I think that once we accept it, we can move forward with it easier. So basically that is the point I'm trying to get to. So like you said, a lot of you guys had wanted me to have another mental health sort of chat. If you want to chat, that is absolutely fine. So if you've got any questions for me that might help your situation or anything like that, put it in there and I'll help as much as I can, like from a friend to a friend. Jake, both you and Tim are such super amazing people. Seriously appreciate your vlogs and lives. Thank you so much, Jake. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jake.
Tim's here as well. He is listening. He's in the chat. He's just looking at the questions. Are you in the chat? Or are you playing a game? Tim's in the chat. Michael, you're on the same tablets as I'm on. I have found since I started walking again, my anxiety has lowered. This month up to now, I've completed over 150,000 steps. I am walking 4 to 5 miles a day. Wow, Michael, that is amazing, because that is absolute progress. Do you find that the tablets have helped, or do you feel a bit like it's the walking that's helped, or is it a little bit of both? But whatever it is, whether it be walking, and walking is so great for your mental health, it really is. I just think whenever your head feels a little bit like it's in a fog and you feel a bit confused or you feel a bit anxious, I think when you go for a walk and you take in the natural beauty around you and actually focus on that little bit more, I think that it really does help clear your head. Walking is amazing. And I'm not just saying that because of Tim. Walking really is great. And even watching people walk is great, you know, Tim. I love it. So yeah, I'm just curious as to whether that is the walking that's helped a bit more, tablets, or a little bit of both. Neil says, we need live chats just to listen. I can read or write. Google helps me spell. Yeah, exactly. Love BBC EastEnders. Well, we were on EastEnders, if that's what you mean. I don't know if you mean that. Fran Green's in the chat. She says, hi to you, Tim. Hayley Smith, I had IVF twice, and fortunately we were blessed with our daughter in 2020. Googling just added to the mind games you already have trying. Hayley, that is absolutely right. Obviously, the fertility side of things as well is like a massive mental health problem as well. Like, I was really stressed. Like, going through IVF is like proper torture. I found, yet they say, well, when you go through IVF, you need to be calm, you need to be relaxed, or it won't work. And it's like, how can you say that? I just spent X amount of money on this. I've only got X amount of chances. I'm this age, and like, it's all right for people to say that, but until you're actually in that situation, I think that's really like hard. But I felt like I was really, really desperate, and I felt like I was Googling things all the time, and I just drove myself mad. And when it didn't work, I think I just sort of cleared the decks the first time, and I was just like, right, on the second time, I'm not even Googling anything. I'm just going to let nature take its course, and I'm not even researching anything or doing anything. And I didn't. And I'm really glad I didn't, because, like, I was following other people's journeys, and they weren't my journeys, and I thought I was going to have the same experience, and I didn't. So, Googling can make you think you'll see answers out there, and they might not be the answers, Sam Hem is in the group. Hi, Gabby. Hi to you. Let me just see if I can scroll down like that without losing everyone. Paula, congratulations, she said. Thank you so, so much. Mackay says, I was having to help a friend a while ago who's got mental health issues, and I did some research, and apparently sugary items can affect the medication and the condition. I do think, and this is really true, I do think that your diet has also a big contribution towards like your feelings and stuff. Like, if you sat there and ate like burgers and chips and just junk food all day long, you'll feel really irritated. So that is true. Or if you sat there and ate loads of sweets. And I must admit, my diet is not the best. I try, but it really isn't the best. And I really do believe that. I do believe that if you like sort of live off takeaways and junk food, that does not help your mental health state at all. I think my dad always said to me, you are what you eat. So he said to me that I was going to be like a market stall packet of chips, the chips in the cone that you get. He said that I was always going to be like that because I lived off them. No, I don't live off them anymore. I used to though. But it is true. I think what you put in your body is quite important. Very true. Fran says, hi Gabby as well. Hope your family's well. We are very, very good. We're doing well. Mackay says to you, Hayley, that's great news on your having your daughter. I think that is a lovely gift, and I'm really glad that worked for you. I said that succeeded. I'm getting all my lingo wrong today. Where else are we? Yeah, so if anyone, does want to share anything, then do feel free to share it here on the chat. Obviously, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. I work and do some mental health vlogs and stuff like that. So, it's all about that. So, moving on slightly, have any of you got any vlog suggestions for the future? So, obviously, I'm working on... obviously I've done 2 bits of the IVF type of video now, and sort of moving forward I'm thinking that I'm going to do a haul with baby items, and when I get our pram I'm going to do an unboxing. I do want to do a day vlog as well, so whether that's a family day out or something that we do, I'm looking at doing something like that. And yeah, I'm hoping that I can put some more singing videos together, but I was thinking of maybe recording some singing from home and then putting it up, because I think it's all right me uploading these ones of where I'm actually live on the gigs, and that's great, but I sometimes think when it's been recorded in a room, the singing's not very clear, so it's a little bit of a shame for the people on YouTube to not actually hear it clearly. Mackay says, yes, he had no heating in winter and was eating 2 packs of biscuits a day. Environmental and diet caused him to have a psychotic episode. I fixed his heating immediately and he improved. Oh my gosh. That must have been really tough to go through that. That must have been really, really hard. But it's a good job that person had you, and I think that is important. It is really important to have good friends around you. You don't realise how important, having good friends around you actually is. I'm one of these people that I've had a lot of backstabbing and stuff like that from friends or so-called friends and work colleagues in the past and things like that. And obviously I went through a very turbulent, before Tim, a very turbulent sort of relationship that wasn't good, and I had a lot of people trying to cause lots of difficulties for me. So I always find that I'm very careful about the people that I let into my life. And when I say let in, I don't mean acquaintances. I mean close friends. I only have a few people, and I mean a few, that I can actually trust quite solidly. And they're not even like family members. And I don't mean this family in this house. I mean outside. These are friends. I'm just very, very careful, and if soon as someone sort of stabs me in the back again, I sort of shut the door on them and I don't really let them back in. And people say oh, it's important to have second chances and stuff, but there are certain things that you only have one life, and trust shouldn't be broken, and once it's broken it's really hard to let people back in. So I have just a few people that are close to me, and I think that I'm really lucky to have those few people, and I recommend that only let the people in that you really, really trust, because how many people out there really do care about you or themselves, things like that. Andy says, Keep doing mental health, affecting everyone, but singing yes, can't wait, more of you. Oh, thank you, Andy. Cara says, Gabby, do a vlog on shopping for maternity clothes. Oh, do you know what, Cara? I was just thinking that because me and Tim are going to go on our baby moon in September, and I'm going to need some maternity clothes because obviously I'm like, or maybe just bigger size clothes. I don't know. But either way, I feel like I'm running out of things to wear. So I think that I probably will do a vlog on maternity clothes. So I think that's going to come up. In fact, I'm going to write that down. Maternity clothes. I think that's quite a good idea. I think I will do that. Tina says, my son's girlfriend is being tested for mental health. In my eyes, she had a baby herself. The social services picked on her and said she is mentally ill. So now she's in foster care with my grandson. Oh no! And said she is mentally ill. So do you feel like wrong? And they're sort of just reading into something that's not really there. And I do think as well that like a lot of people that are around can misjudge things as well. You know, like you'll always get, you know, someone say something about you, you know, that might not be true and stuff like that. I do know that when I was younger, when I had Holly, I had a lot of dramas with my ex's partner, and she did a lot of stuff that tried to set me up for a fall. Bad stuff like pretending to be people on social media and playing real serious games that were not something that you should do. And that's another reason I don't let people in. But you know, I think sometimes you've got to be really, really careful. You've got to be really careful because there are some people out there who are just really bitter and can cause lots of problems for you. I hope everything will be okay with that situation, Tina. That sounds like really difficult situation. Mackay, he had mental health worker visit once a week, but they never said, Core, it's cold in here. Have you got heating? They said nothing and left him like it. Where's their common sense? Well, this is another thing. Like, you have all these people out there who are mental health workers and stuff. But, like, when I was going through my mental, like, I had a breakdown, like, 2 years ago with my throat situation. And I rang up, like, the mental health line. And I had, like, an initial consultation, which was just not even talking about my problems, but just wanting to know bits about me, like my name, my date of birth and stuff like that. And stuff that wasn't really relevant. And they were saying that it was going to be a good 6 weeks before I would even get an appointment. And I just thought, well, it's now that I'm suffering, not in 6 weeks' time. I might be suffering in 6 weeks' time, but I think with mental health, I feel like that doesn't need some instant attention. And I know it's hard because there are a lot of people out there like that are suffering, and there isn't enough NHS workers or, you know, whoever deals with the mental health side of things. And that is another reason I think it's important to have good friends close to you, you know, and it's important to have these chats as well, because if other people can take like advice from other people, then that could help. You know, if you've got a circle of people who are all sharing bits of information and can all support one another, then why would you need to go down the professional road? Because some professionals are not going through it, or may have gone through it in the past, I don't know, but at that point in time they're not, so they can't necessarily feel what you're feeling and get into your head, you know. So like you just said, Mackay, they walked in that room and they didn't even notice that the heat and, you know, it was cold in there. So, you know, Sam says, you're so right about the trust, Gabby. Yeah, absolutely, you have to be careful. Tina says, who did you play on EastEnders, Gabby? Just changing the subject slightly. I was Honey's double. So me and Tim did doubles for people on there, but the main one was Honey. But since like COVID is lifting a bit, it's not as in demand, and plus I'm pregnant now, so I'm a bit restricted to what I can do. Neil says, I know that feeling, Gabby. I've been stabbed in the back with one of my neighbours. Neil, we don't speak to our neighbours. Neighbours are the worst. Like, we have a dog outside, like, that barks and barks and barks 24/7. That doesn't stop. That just keeps going and going and going. and like I called the environmental health, and they said that I needed to record it every time it barked. Well, I never knew when it was going to bark, so I couldn't record it, and I couldn't stand there forever with a recorder because I had to go to work, and I had to, I've got to work 6 days a week. So I thought, well, that's no good. So basically, we just got to put up with this dog barking all the time, but that's okay because when the baby's born, we're going to put the cot up against their wall. So you don't get mad, you get even. Neil, and yeah. So Mackay then says, oh no, Mackay speaking to Tina there. Sorry, Cara Mason. I'm like you, having autism. I don't trust many people. If they wrong me, they're gone. I want people I can trust. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree with that. People have to accept you for you, and if they don't, just don't even bother with them. That's the way I see it. I'm not telling you to turn your back on your friends. I'm just saying keep the people that you trust that little bit closer. Michael said, I'm finding it's a bit of both with my tablets and my walking, but I really enjoy the walking and the fresh air. Well, I think that's fantastic, because if a bit of both is helping you, Michael, with your walking and your tablets, then you're in a good place. So that's fantastic. That is really, really good. Keep it up. Tina Mackay Smith, yes, the social workers at the hospital picked on her because she was 20, being a young mum, and said she was mentally harming him. Oh no. Tina, that's really sad to hear. I really hope that gets sorted. That's so sad. Linda, thank you so much for your £10 super chat. I really appreciate it. I'm going to put that towards my baby pram. Our baby pram. Sorry, Tim. Tina, thank you, Mackay. Tina, super chat for your pram, Gabby. Thank you so, so much. Sorry, that was Linda, super chat for your pram fund. I do really appreciate it, and honestly, that is all going to go towards it. Andy Mullaney says, love that. Don't get mad, get even. Tina is such a happy baby, and the mum is doing really well as a mum. He's just perfect. Oh, that's amazing. So I'm just going to start wrapping this up a little bit now, and the reason for that is Love Island is going to be on soon. If it hasn't started already, we're going to re-watch it. And obviously some really exciting stuff is happening tonight, because I need to know what's going to happen between Jake and...
Thanks to Linda?
Yeah, I just thanked Linda for our pram funds. Oh. It all helps, Melissa is here. Melissa, you're late. I'm about to wrap. So yeah, Love Island's on, and I did promise Tim, because it's not me that really wants to watch Love Island. It's Tim. Tim likes to watch Love Island.
That's a lie.
So yeah, so we're going to watch Love Island, so I'm just going to wrap that up. Before I go, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for your super chats. That is really kind. Any sort of little thing that you're donating, like, I appreciate it, whether it's the pence or the pound. At the end of the day, like, it takes a lot for anyone to contribute. It doesn't matter whether you're rich, poor, whatever, or if you've got, the fact that the thought is there is absolutely amazing, and I want you to know that I really appreciate it, all your support. I feel like I've got some really, really nice subscribers, and all your lovely comments, your caring comments, the nice things you say, it is absolutely lovely. I really like it. Just to let you know as well, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, then come over and give me a follow. Keep up to date with the pictures I'm posting. There's going to be some of the baby bump, and I'm going to put one of Smidge up. So if you, Smidge should come and say goodbye, really, shouldn't he? Yeah, so come over to Instagram, and if you're not following me on Facebook, you can follow me at Gabby Starbuck. It's my singing page, so do follow me on there. And you can follow me on Twitter as well, and that's under Gabby Starbuck. Just so you know, Gabby is spelled G-A-B-Y. Everybody spells it wrong. So follow me on there. And also you can join my website, which is www.gabbystarbuck.
You really did just say that.
Yes, I did just say that, like Philip Schofield did when he had the gopher. So yeah, www.gabbystarbuck.co.uk. So come and give me a follow, join in the love. I appreciate everything that you have said and joined in. It takes guts to come and share your situations with us, but it's also very important that you do, because sharing is the key to this. So thank you very much. Take care. Have a lovely evening. evening. God, why can't I talk properly? Do not miss Love Island. It's going to be good tonight. And I will do a live next month. So everyone, take care of yourselves, and I will see you live very soon. Take care.